Kind of going back to what you said about, you're getting older and you're finding, your way.
Yeah.
And, that's one thing I say is, with, age comes great wisdom. This guy makes fun of me all the time. I'm 34, so we're...
Oh my God, you're 34?
I'm 34.
It's the Filipino gene.
It is. What is good, guys, and welcome back to the Artistry Drop, where we feature stories from today's rising artists. Hey, today I'm repping for Seattle. We out here right now. Kraken is playing. So, guys, please win this fucking game because we've been on a 9-game losing streak. We just won last night. So, we're playing right now. Hopefully, we win today.
Y'all suck.
Bro, you're from fucking Seattle too. You should be supporting the Kraken, So, but not to mention, our guest today is also from the Seattle area. Our guest is a singer, songwriter, originally from Tacoma, Washington. She is the type of artist who writes and shares stories from personal experiences. Guys, please welcome Kianalei.
Let's go.
Let's go. Welcome, Kianalei.
Thank you.
Is this your first podcast?
Being a guest, yes.
Is it? Okay. Or have you done a couple anywhere else?
I started one of my own a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did?
And then I was in the process of it. Yeah. And then some mental health shit happened with me. And I was like, I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is my first time being, actually, wait, no. This might be my second one. No, this is my second one.
As
being
a guest.
Yeah. I just don't know if the first one went anywhere
or even got dropped.
Counted.
Oh, it was with one of my friends.
There was there was no updates or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was in the process of doing it. I think he was I think he's doing it as recording all of the episodes first
and then dropping them.
Yeah.
That's what we were also kind of thinking with our podcast as well. But now we're going a different route where we're trying to film two in the beginning of each month.
So
the first 2 weeks we're filming Fridays and Saturdays, and then the next week Fridays and Saturdays for the first 2 weeks of the month.
Okay, got it.
And then we drop them, as we go.
Because normally we would film every week, once a week.
And that shit is tiring.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
you
it is.
have to be consistent because y'all edit that shit too.
Exactly.
So, wait, can I cuss?
Of course. Feel free to cuss on the Artistry Drop.
Unfiltered.
Okay? Yes, it's unfiltered.
Just making sure.
Yeah. No,
everything's gonna be beef.
Just be yourself. That's all we ask.
That's what we want. You know.
Yes,
but let's go ahead and get into the drink of the day.
Hey, so we got some fancy shit today. It's not that fancy, but it looks fancy. We got the strawberry daiquiri. It's a classic in the alcohol cocktail world. It's just I squeezed some lemon and some lime, and of course hit it with some rum. Threw some frozen strawberries in there, simple syrup, and some lemon lime soda. And then topped it off with a little strawberry and a little umbrella.
Your presentation is fire this time.
This is cute.
Hey. This is pretty
I'm trying to step it up this year.
No, you have to. I don't know if you saw Raina's comment.
Yeah, I read it, yeah.
So did you slice this or did you
Yes, I sliced it.
Okay, I was going to say, that's a very distinct, the way that it's shaped right here. I was like, he didn't just shove that on there.
You like the butt of
the
strawberry.
Yes. That's what it looks like.
It's a little split crack and it's cute.
No, it looks good.
All right,
let's take a cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God,
let's
you know what's
cheers.
really funny, you guys?
Cheers.
Look, we're just hopping right into it because I'm a year and 3 months sober on the 23rd. But you know what? I've been great. So I'm going to take a sip of this.
Just take a sip.
And I'm telling you, I have not touched alcohol in a year and 3 months.
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
We're not gonna force you.
No, it's fine. This is.
We want you to stay sober.
No, I'm not gonna get fucked up.
You won't.
I want to try it. I do want to try it.
Well, cheers to that.
So I'm fucking honored.
Cheers to
I'm
being
honored.
good and healthy.
Cheers to that. Let's drink it.
Me not getting fucked up off of one little sip.
Also, I'm trying to get sober myself. Because I tend to drink a lot.
Oh my God, that's bomb.
Hey, let's
good.
go.
Let me not go back to my old ways really quick.
You said 3 months? 3 months?
A year and 3 months.
A year and 3 months, okay.
I think it was last year I was trying to get sober as well. And I think I went almost 4 months without it. And then Seahawks started the games. So, it's we get back into it. I'm like, oh, fuck, So it's every time there's, new season coming on, we got Kraken. So it's I'm drinking.
Okay, wait, hold on,
but
pause. What is Kraken?
it's the hockey team. Our new
Oh my
hockey
god,
team.
I'm dead. I was really trying to figure out at the beginning of this.
Yeah. When I
was like,
mentioned
is
it,
something getting Kraken? Or
Kraken.
I was like, that was a word back then. But like,
what's the lingo?
like Kraken.
No, it's our new hockey team.
Yeah,
and they were just debuted in October.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So right now we're not doing that great. So we were on a 9-game losing streak, which is kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
And we just won last night, and we're playing right now. So I'm hoping while we have this podcast, we win. That'll be great.
So the team's Seattle Kraken?
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Seattle
I'm
Kraken.
just gonna.
So you got that S right here. You see,
soak
you
it
see
in.
that S?
Dying. Oh, that's the logo.
Did you hear about the climate pledge?
Oh my god, no.
You haven't?
I don't.
Have you been to Key Arena though, right?
I never went to the Key Arena.
Really?
I've never.
You've only gone to Tacoma Dome?
No, I've only been to Tacoma Dome. I've only been in fucking Safeco Field.
Damn.
Okay, so
I
for the
know.
people listening, she's actually from Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
Well, Tacoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tacoma.
Oh,
But
Tacoma.
I didn't never explore. I'm from like Tacoma Spanaway.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
yeah, I'm from a range.
Well, so
But-
are you originally from Washington though?
Yes, I'm originally
Okay.
from Washington.
So born and raised
born and raised
in
but
Tacoma?
Yeah, Tacoma Spanaway.
Okay.
So Tacoma Spanaway. I mean Parkland, fucking Lakewood,
Yeah.
all that whole area, Puyallup. You
Yeah.
know, it's all this like everyone's knows everybody from
Yeah.
all those little towns and cities.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my mom she's Filipino, but she's from Hawaii, and then my dad's from Guam.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But like Spanaway is little Guam. Like everybody is from
You know,
Guam.
I've known
You
actually
know?
a couple people from Spanaway, and I did notice like
It's a lot of Islanders.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
Islanders there. I don't. Do you know the reason for that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
They
that's
all
weird.
came to say, I don't know, like all my cousins are there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to get the fuck away.
right.
That
Need to
is
go
weird
home.
though. Like you know, a lot of Islanders moved to Spanaway, and Spanaway is small.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And
super,
Tacoma too. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of Islanders in Tacoma.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents actually just moved down to Parkland.
Oh really?
So yeah, I
You're
see a
from
lot of.
Puyallup, no?
No, I'm actually from Renton,
Okay.
Kent area.
But you
Yeah.
know people from Puyallup.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's
Just
I
from
remember
like the
that.
dance community.
That's what it
Yeah, yeah.
was. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've known everybody. You know, not everybody, but I do know quite a bit of people. You know, from that area as well. But yeah, I'm still surprised. There's a lot of Islanders living in that area.
You're from Seattle too.
I'm from Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah,
got
I'm
it.
morely like from the northern end, so like Linwood, Everett.
Okay.
But you know
Where the white people are.
No, it's not. Hey, I'm half white.
Linwood, yeah.
I'm half
Yeah,
white. I got
Linwood,
that
Kirkland,
Filipino side of me is in
Edmonds.
Seattle. So you know,
That's why you're like halfway.
I'm halfway.
halfway up north.
Yes.
And halfway to white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Exactly.
can go both ways.
I mean, I
Yeah.
could.
know?
You know, that's a
You
good thing
could.
about being.
You're not getting questioned.
That's a good thing about being multiracial is like
Yeah.
I can, you know, like if I want to crack jokes on white people, I could. Filipino people, I could. And you know, it's just like Joe Coy. Joe Coy's also half.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
cracks jokes on all those races.
And Joe Coy's from he's from Seattle
He's
too.
Tacoma, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's from Spanaway too.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
He lived in my grandma's neighborhood. Apparently, from my dad. I think he's the same class as my dad.
Oh,
Because my
dang.
dad knew him. My dad
Oh,
went to
that's
school
crazy.
with him.
That's
yeah.
dope.
Yeah, and
So
it's
it's
so
funny.
It's so dope seeing like, you know, people from Seattle and, you know, just the area doing it big now. You know, like Joe Coy is like doing it big.
I
Yeah, yeah,
know.
for
You know,
sure.
so it's really cool seeing him, you know, rep for, you know, the Philippines
Yes,
and, you know, going
absolutely.
hard and, you know, but of course being from Seattle, it's so cool seeing people, you know, getting bigger.
I agree.
You know, because we don't have that many people, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
that, you know, have been killing it.
Yeah.
A lot of them are, you know, like back in the old days, you know, 90s rock
Yeah.
bands and, you know, stuff like that. So nowadays, you know, it's cool seeing whoever can come
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
it's really cool. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I still like. Sometimes I feel like I'm still kind of in like the old school way. Like I just move how I want to move,
Yeah.
and it's like if it makes it to bigger platforms, that's great.
Yeah.
Right.
But also, I just do it more for like the passion and therapeutic
yeah.
type of feel.
Of course.
Right.
You got to
You
do
know?
it for yourself. Too.
Yeah.
And you got to
You know.
keep real. You know, you don't want change for anybody or like how society is
Yes.
changing. So you got to, you know, stay true to
Period.
your craft.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
No, but I just also like I rep Seattle hard because it's my hometown,
Right.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I want. That's why we
No,
put
Artistry,
we
yeah.
put the
I know, I
space.
noticed that.
Yeah, we put the space needle on the logo, just you know, to rep Seattle.
Yeah.
You know, so
see the raindrop.
Yes.
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 Yeah,
that's fire, right?
Hey.
That's fire. That's what we were trying to do with it, is like, you know, also represent a raindrop as far as Seattle rain.
Because Seattle's on the come up too, like compared to like New York and San Fran and LA and stuff like that. I feel like Seattle's on the list.
We are
besides,
next up.
Chicago, you know?
Yeah.
So
we are
I
next
feel
up.
like, yeah, we're next up. Speaking about that, like, why did you move down from Seattle to LA?
I had an internship. So the first time I ever moved to LA was 2014. 2014. Okay. So I actually went to school for audio engineering in Arizona.
Oh.
And then that's because like when I lived in Arizona, actually back up, like before that, as a kid, like I would always just like write songs, poems. I was a diary girl. I would like write in a journal, you know, I was that type of person. And then I always played sports, like elementary, junior high, high school. I played volleyball. My whole life was volleyball.
Okay.
And then after that, like I moved away from Washington because I just knew I wanted to do something else rather than what I was doing back home. And it's not that I was doing anything crazy. I mean, I was a party girl, but also I was just like, there's got to be something more. And I always knew that I wanted to tap into music. I just didn't know what exactly I wanted to do.
Okay.
I knew that I could sing and write, but I wasn't confident in that.
Right.
So then I came across audio engineering, didn't even know what the fuck it was. Just like was looking up schools and what I could do. And I was like, oh, maybe I do want to be behind the scenes, or because I do like being low key, just in general. So I got accepted into audio engineering, and then 2014, I think the school was like a year long. Don't remember. I think so. But
in Arizona?
Yeah, in Arizona. Okay. And then, excuse me. And then I had an internship in LA, and then that's when I moved to LA. But I got super distracted. I lived in LA for 3 years, and within that time, it was just like so much shit, because first of all, I was like new to LA and new to California, where so much is happening and there's so much to do.
Right.
And I got distracted, and I didn't really know where to begin.
Right.
So it was kind of like, am I making friends? Am I making connections? Or is just all fake, you know? So I got super distracted, and then I did like meet some people and meet producers, but it just wasn't how I wanted it to go. Like every event, every like networking event they invited me to was at the club, and I was just like, okay, but I went and I had a fucking great time, you know? But it was just like, what kind of networking is this? Like I'm having a blast because I was with the shits back then, but I think about it now, and that really did nothing for me. It was great as an experience, and I was friends with those people, but it just wasn't where I was supposed to be. So I was just like physically, mentally drained from all of the partying, and I just felt lost. So then I actually moved back home in 2017.
Okay.
And I stayed for a year because I was like, I do not want to stay in Washington forever. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to regroup. I'm going to get my shit together. Just get my mind back on track. Like my chakras were just out of fucking whack. They were not aligned. So I was like, let me just really figure it out and just get back to being at peace and understanding where I'm trying to go with this, what I'm trying to do, and who I am. So that was 2017, I think. And then I moved back to California 2019.
Okay.
So, and then after that, I was just like, I finally met like the right people that I actually connect with, because I've realized like the creative process for me, you can work with producers you don't know and whatnot, but when it comes to my music and the stuff that I write and what I put out, it's a therapeutic thing from my journal. Like I'm writing stuff in my journal. So I'm writing and singing stuff from personal experience that I actually feel, because at those times I didn't really know how to feel. So that's how I express.
Okay.
So when it comes to me like being in the studio and writing music or recording, I like to work with people that I can connect with on that level and don't feel like ashamed or guilty of what I'm singing about.
Oh yeah.
Because then it's like, if you're just working with people that you don't know that much, and then you think, or they're just like judging what you're writing, then like I don't want to work with you because like it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's for me. That thing is, I don't know. I took one sip. Like, how come I'm having like hiccups? One sip.
Oh shit!
It's probably because it's been a while.
I know it's been a year.
It's been a while.
There's quite a lot in there too.
I'm excited because I'm just like
we're putting no pressure on you whatsoever.
Y'all are just staring at it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Hey, if you don't drink it, I'll drink it.
He'll finish it for you.
I will finish it. Like no jokes.
No, but going back to your story though, I think you prove a good point because that's something we talked about before moving down here too. Because we've always heard about like, people being fake and trying to make connections that are not real connections. They act like you're friends. They're not really friends. But also like going to parties and going to clubs and, trying to network with people. We knew that going in, we were probably going to get lost in the partying stage, and that's not why we moved down here.
But y'all have each other too, so that's great. You can hold each other accountable. God was holding me accountable, and he was like, you need to go the fuck home and get it together, little girl. So it was, I feel like I'm 30 now, so like in my 20s, I felt like every year I was somebody different because that's life, you're trying to figure out who you are. But I was just indulging in activities back then that don't serve me now. So I really, really reflect on that time of my life, and I'm just like, damn, that was a roller coaster. But you know what? I don't regret any of it because it made me who I am today. It's a learning experience.
Yeah,
like I don't believe in failure or like it was a loss, because I do feel like anything that you try, it's not even trying, like you're doing it. Because if you're doing it, how is that trying? Like we're doing it. So if it doesn't work out the way you expect it to, or the outcome is different, that doesn't mean like you failed at it or you didn't do it. It just means I believe it's leading you to what you're supposed to do or who you're supposed to be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it took me a long time to understand that, because I just felt like back then I just like felt sorry for myself, and I was just always depressed, and just like I was dwelling on things rather than like trying to understand the lesson, rather than like now I can sit here and assess like step by step. I can understand what purpose it served a person or a situation, and it's like I want to do it that way, not just like fucking have a panic attack, because that's what I used to do, and then I just used to ask why, and it's like it's not really about the why, it's kind of like the what.
Exactly.
I mean, it is why, but it's like, okay, well, what can I do to shift this from that?
Exactly.
And that's where I'm at in life. Like even with music, I'm taking it at my pace. I don't think it's something that needs to be rushed. And a lot of times people will be on my ass like, we need to put this out, we need to put this out, we need to put this out. And I'm just like, but we don't. So, and I don't want to. And sometimes I'll record songs, and at the moment, like it's popping, like some are upbeat, some are sad, some are sexual, some are just like talking shit. And then when it comes time to thinking about like releasing it, I get very guarded, because there are songs that I've made where like I'm not even in that headspace anymore. I don't even think of shit like that anymore. So I don't want to put it out. And I'll have to think to myself, like, is that wrong? But it's like, I don't want to put that out because I'm just not there. Or maybe I can recreate it in a different way. So I don't believe there's a rule book to it, at least for me. Like, I do believe that everyone should go at their own pace. Like, it's not a race, and we need to just like stop comparing to what we see on Instagram or social media, and like comparing our journeys to other journeys, because our life journeys are our own. So
for sure.
That's why I'm just.
I think what you mentioned too. About I think that's a true artist route, because a lot of artists take it slow. They don't want to put out something that they don't feel comfortable with. Some will put out just content. Like, I'm gonna I just need to put this song out just for content and stuff like that. And that's why I said, like the way that you're going about it, I think it's the right way. It is no race, you don't have to put out music like that. I mean, look at all these big artists. These big artists are putting out songs like 5 years later,
to back,
and stuff like that. So some will sit on, I mean, look at Justin Bieber. He took a break for a little bit, but and then when he came back, he's still put out music, after a year or 2 years, and then Chris Brown, like, he's finally just coming back after 2 years, 3 years, from putting out another single. Right. So.
Oh my God, that Iffy song. Fire.
Yeah, no,
it is.
Fire.
Y'all gonna do the TikTok, the Iffy challenge or what?
I'm not gonna do. I don't dance, so
I'm thinking about it.
I can try. I just like this part. That's the only part that I can do.
It is fire though. That song is fire, but
the video is tight too.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we were talking about that too. We're like, damn, like that's where, cause the director is Joseph Kahn. He's one of my favorite music video directors because his stuff is definitely cinematic. Like he makes movies, and I'm a fan of his work because one of my favorite videos that he shot was Bad Blood, Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
That shit was a movie.
Oh my God, I don't think I've ever seen that video.
You gotta watch it. It's a fucking movie. Like, no joke.
Wait, Bad Blood, is that the one where she has all the girls?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so
okay,
that was...
I do remember that video. Yeah, that was a good video.
It was, yeah. So he directed that one as well, and, like... seeing his work on this one, it was no different. It had to be a movie, and that Transformers part was fire.
Tight.
That
and
was
how
fire.
it was like dancing with him. That was cool. I love when he includes the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And like these kids can dance, and I'm just like, bitch, how?
I think, ever since he had a baby of his own, it's like, he's there for kids now. Yeah. It's like he wants to showcase him. And that's dope because, he's letting the next generation of,
supporting the community.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. Supporting the community. Yeah. Kind of going back to what you said about, you're getting older and you're finding, your way. Yeah. And, that's one thing I say is, with, age comes great wisdom. This guy makes fun of me all the time. I'm 34, so we're...
Oh my God, you're 34?
I'm 34.
It's the Filipino genes.
It is, so I'm surprised we'll see if he's going to make fun of your age.
Because
I'm 27.
Wait, can we... Okay, I was like, we're going to put it out here.
I'm 16, actually.
He's making fun of my age all the time, calling me dinosaur.
Wait, I think I saw that on your guys' last clip. I was dying.
Yeah, so, like...
I mean, he's always the oldest in the room, so...
I am the oldest in the room, so but no, I agree with you because... even when I was younger, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to college until I was 25, 26. Okay. School was never a thing I wanted to pursue. Yeah. Like... It's
not for everybody.
It's not for
college, rather.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, another thing is I didn't graduate. I got my GED.
Oh my God, well, good for you. Round of applause. Can you play it? Okay. Yeah. I'm like, shout out to that. It doesn't matter how old you are.
No, it doesn't, and like I said, that was... I just really didn't know where I wanted to go with, my career or what I wanted to do.
Me taking a sip.
Let's go.
Second sip of the day.
Let's go. Second sip of the day. Hey, but like I said, we're not trying to promote you to drink or anything. So, we want you to stay sober.
This is because of them.
We'll see how this ends.
Peer pressure. Just kidding.
But yeah, no, like back to it, like I said, it took me a while to figure out that I wanted to go back to school and learn filmmaking, so... after that, like, after going to school, that's where I was like, okay, this is what I want to do for my career, so, killing out music videos, killing out little short films and, stuff like that. And like I said, school is not for everybody, but film school helped me a lot decide on what I wanted to do with my career,
Did you used to like make little videos with like your own little video recorder? So it's always been like a hobby type of thing?
So like, I'm not going to go too much into it, but as a kid, I was always playing around with my dad's like fat camcorder, one of those big ones that you put on the shoulder.
I did the same thing with my grandparents.
Yeah, so I would play around with those and
that wasn't around my time.
See, there you go.
Hey, listen, this is for grown folks. This is for grown folks. You're not old enough. Are you old enough to drink, bro?
No, he's not.
Can you drink that?
He's a small one.
You finally got somebody on your side.
See, there we go. No, we got some more older people coming on the show, so
I mean, she's only three more years older. Yeah, but you're like Ice Age. No.
Extinct.
Yeah. No, but I did play around with camcorders when I was younger, and then I didn't find my way back to a camera until after high school. I started doing like little YouTube videos with my friends and stuff like that after high school. And after that, I was like, damn, I love making videos and stuff. And these were stupid ass videos, like random. And YouTube has just started, like it's like 4 years old.
Oh,
4 years out.
Fresh YouTube.
Yeah, fresh YouTube. So it was actually easy to
the land before time.
It was actually easy to get your content out on YouTube because it wasn't as saturated. you know. So that's why like the videos we were putting out was getting views. We were getting like 60,000 views on these stupid videos, you know. So it's like now it's a different time.
Is there certain requirements now
No,
for YouTube?
yeah, there is. Like for you to monetize and do all that stuff.
And it's also like really saturated now.
It is. It's saturated. So
What do you mean by saturated? Really?
like there's a lot of content creators on YouTube now.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's really hard, I would say, to try to get
traction.
At first, you know, but you know, you got to be on a consistent basis, you know,
Right.
like just like us with this podcast, we put it on Spotify,
Right.
we put
It's
it
like
on
with music
YouTube.
too.
Yeah, exactly, you know,
Yeah.
and
on a weekly basis.
yeah, on a weekly basis. And if you're putting out content every week and not like skipping, the algorithm will pick it up. And that's another thing.
I fucking hate algorithms.
I was
yeah,
gonna
for
say
sure.
that I hate algorithms too.
I get it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, can we just live our life?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
off of an algorithm or off of just being on social media or any type of media?
Yeah.
Right.
Can we not be on for a week and like can I still see my friend shit? The ones that I want to see?
So I don't know if you heard
know?
this. I don't know if you heard this, but Instagram is coming out with a new update, which is going to be game changing. And this came from I watched the video from himself, but it's like the CEO or the guy that runs Instagram. They're putting out a new update in the next couple of weeks where you're going to be able to go back to chronological order.
So when people post it, you're gonna actually see it
Exactly.
when they post
When
it,
they
not
post it.
3 days
No,
later.
when
Yeah,
they post
exactly.
it. So this is going to be
Well,
game changing,
good.
and it's going to be cool because I feel like a lot of us content creators on Instagram, all of our stuff is going to get seen now.
Yeah.
But you do. So that's the other thing is with this update, you do have the option. So it's like there's 3 options. You have the algorithm, you have chronological order, or you have favorites. So you're going to have a drop down menu where you can
my
choose
gosh.
who you want to actually see. Which is cool. You know, I think it's
cool,
pretty
but
cool.
it's
back.
like this is extra.
Yeah.
It is.
You know,
It
just
is.
fucking if someone posts something, let me see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
What, and if I like it, then I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
if
Right,
I
right.
don't, then
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
Scroll.
Exactly.
No, and I miss the chronological order because I remember I was getting fucking likes all the time, you know, and
He's selfish. He's thinking about himself.
no, I'm just saying, like, of course, like it's like when people like your content, it's like, you know, you're
Of
doing
course,
something
it's a
good.
boost.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
boost. You know, it
it's an
boosts
adrenaline rush.
you. Yeah, but you know, I'm not trying to, you know, say anything like
Yeah, I
what
know,
you
I know,
mentioned,
I know.
but
I'm
it's
just
like
kidding.
it's like people are liking your content, so it's
Right.
gonna keep you going more.
Right,
You
right.
know, if people weren't
Absolutely.
liking my stuff, it's like, damn, am I doing anything right? Like, are people really not liking my stuff? And then that's gonna put you in a, you know, an emotional state where you're like,
And that's where social media gets so complicated though,
Exactly.
because to be honest, I don't want to be on it. It's like I just see how it's shifted the world and people. And yes, there are benefits to social media and for your business purposes, yes. But people get so caught up in like, oh my God, I need to post this for this. I even had to do it like I hate promoting shit. You know, because, well, first of all, it's not that I hate promoting stuff. I'm going to promote it one time and don't ask me to do it again.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you want to watch it, you'll watch it.
Yeah.
But now, like with the algorithm, people don't see it.
Exactly.
But also, like, if people want to keep up to date with your shit, then they will go find you and see
Right.
if you're posting something.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm just like, from the beginning, people have told me like, you have to post, you have to post, you have to post, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna post, and I'm not gonna post, and I'm not gonna post. Like, I'm just that's how I know. For me, it's just different, and it's not that I don't want to do the work. That's just not the work that I want to do. So
Yeah.
that's why I've been like, at this point in my life, I'm really like exploring and maneuvering my way to really figure out like where my fire is at and where my fire remains.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I can be like, I love music. Music is infinite for me and I'm very passionate about it. It's something that has gotten me through so many situations and so many like mental health issues that I had with just writing shit out
Yeah.
Right.
and turning it into song. But I am just like, there was a point where I felt like I was just reminiscing like with these songs and it was like a trigger for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, I don't want to record anything because for me, it's getting out things that I should have said or that I could have said, but I didn't. And it was a trigger. And I was like, I don't want to record this kind of music anymore. So then I switched, you know, I record with different producers and that's helped a lot. I do believe like working with different people is great because it's a different creative flow with different individuals.
Right.
And I like to be connected to everybody that I work with because, like I said, like that, it's just not easier, but it's more genuine and authentic because people are more, I guess, understanding of you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm in an exploration era of my life right now.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that you have to do one thing. Right. I do believe, like focus on one thing, but also if there's something else that you want to pursue that you love that, like lights your fire, then go do it. And if it doesn't work out, like I said before, okay, well, it's just leading you to something else. So I'm really just like tapping into anything that fills my cup and only with people that are genuine, or really fuck with me, and it's the same thing. It's just an energy thing, and I think I've dealt with a lot of just fuckery through people and relationships, and I'm, especially like industry stuff, I'm like very cautious because it's not an easy route, especially being like a woman, and I don't have like a management team or anything. Like I'm really maneuvering by myself. So I used to be down, like just going with producers. And then I don't know what it was. Like I never threw vibes like that. But it's like once the one.
The one is here.
The one.
It's Rachel, guys. You know her now.
Yes, the one.
My bad. I had to introduce her again.
No, you're good.
But once it's like once you get along with these people, like these men, I don't know why they think like it's time to make a move. And I've had that happen multiple times, and I dip out automatically. I make an excuse to leave, but it's like it makes me not want to be a part of that industry.
For sure.
And now I have people that I work with that don't fucking do that because I set the boundary right then and there. But it's just weird, it's like why is it like that? And I do believe that it's like a stereotypical thing. People hear about it, but I've dealt with it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to be a part of this. So it makes it harder too for that experience. It's like, how hard is it for all these other people, And I'm like, I'm not gonna let people just walk all over me too. Like I might be little, but no. I got pepper spray.
She's tough. She's tough. She got pepper spray.
We interrupt this episode with a word from our sponsor. Are you a gamer and looking to amp up your gaming setup? Then we've got an amazing gaming brand for you. Tilted Nation strives to get their customers involved with their development process of new products in order to establish a personal connection and not to mention truly optimized products for the gaming community. They want to go beyond developing amazing products and to lead the gaming community into a united community that works together. A community that pushes gaming essentials to unimaginable heights. They've hooked us up with amazing gear such as this gaming headset stand, mouse pads, and this awesome laptop RGB stand right below my laptop. And now they're hooking you guys up. Use the discount code Artistry Drop on their website, link below, and receive a 15% discount. Now back to the show. So are you pretty much saying when you work with a lot of, just so I understand better, like when you work with more guys, they tend to try to go a route where they try to...
Not all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I've just had those experiences.
Okay.
Yeah, where I'm like, why is it like this? This is real.
And I think a lot of females go through that. And it is fucked up, like a lot of guys are trying to, hook you up with maybe beats or whatever, and then they try to slide in.
Something. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay, well, no.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
We're both photographers too, and we've talked to many models about that too, about like creepy photographers, lingerie shoots and stuff like that. It's like,
can we just be normal?
Exactly.
Can we not be creepy?
Yeah.
Let's just be normal.
Yeah. And, I haven't really heard, there's been those things, within the film industry about women being used and, stuff like that. I haven't necessarily heard much about, the music industry, but I know in the music industry, there is a lot of shit and it's probably not talked about very much, which is crazy. And, with, photography, a lot of models, we've heard from our model friends that they go through, not a lot of them, but, they've gone through some weird stuff. And, there's been multiple stories about, girls being used after photo shoots, and guys trying to, get in there, slide their way in after a photo shoot. And, it is fucked up. And, like if you guys have heard our podcast before, you'll kind of hear our thoughts on it. So I mean, sorry to hear, you've
Oh no, we're
kind of gone through, something like that.
Got out of there.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I made it.
That's good.
I made it out.
Exactly. You made it out alive.
Yeah.
But I feel you on like the vibe thing about like working with people, because that's what we go through all the time when it goes through like music videos, because we always like, it's not about how good the artist is, not 9 times out of 10,
I was like, well.
There's a point.
Please
for sure.
be decent.
There is a point.
But once they proven their work, of course, then we see how their personality is, because it's more than just a check, or it's more than just working with somebody and connecting with somebody, but it's more of like a vibe. And if we work well together, the product at the end is always 10 times way better. When you vibe with each other from the beginning.
Yes. Facts.
And we like to work with people who like to take their time, because we want to make something iconic and legendary, not something that's recycled. So, and that takes time. And some people don't understand, because they're into that mindset of like, oh, I got to release this, every week, every other week. And we're like, this is not how we work.
Right.
And you want to push this out so fast, but we need more time.
I agree.
We give them the steps, and we try to, so a lot of times we can't work with people like that.
And like we've worked with a lot of people, and there are certain people where it's like we just don't work well together, and that's
okay.
Yeah,
you don't gotta be able to work with everybody.
It's like a one-time thing, but we've found a lot of people that we love working with, and then these people turn into our friends. It's like we build a friendship as well as a partnership in working on music videos, and
and
stuff
important.
like it is important. It's I definitely love that feeling of like, even though we are working, it's like we're friends. So we're all helping each other out. He got his music, and we're trying to also help him create visuals for it. And, he's going to put the visuals that we made out there as well. So it's like, it's a revolving circle. So we're all just helping each other out. But I definitely feel like a friendship is very important, because when you create a friendship, it's like it's going to be easier to work together.
Right. It also makes the creative process more fun, because you have different brains and brainstorming. It's not just you. Because like even for me with my visuals, I'm involved with all of my stuff. Like when they create the treatments, everything, I'm like, well, first of all, it's my idea first, and then they're just adding to it, and like creating the layout. But even if it's just like me singing the song, like the last visual that I put out for my single, I think was in December. Wow, I don't even remember. It's the drink. But anyways, so like even with that visual, even something simple, it's for me when I am creating a visual, it's because like when I'm writing and singing the song, there's already something going through my head.
Exactly.
Right.
So I just want to put that idea out there, and then whatever we create around it, like that's just a perk, and that just makes it better. So it's always good to have a friendship, because then like I said, if they know you and then they can add their ideas and then just elevate it, there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's fucking amazing. That's
and I feel like as
teamwork.
Filmmakers and music videographers, like that's exactly what we do, because we are here to elevate what the artist is putting out. So of course you have to like, and we've worked with people who are like, oh, I don't got a concept, I don't know what I want.
That's crazy to me when people say that.
They make the song.
I'm like, not even a little. Like, what do you think about when you're rapping?
The exact way that you put how you go about that's exactly what we do. Because like I said, there has been multiple times where an artist just does not have an idea. And
that's crazy.
We have to
me.
come up with the idea.
And
another artist also said that it's like super crazy to them that they don't have an idea. So like I said,
I just don't believe it.
Right?
Were they high?
I know, right?
I mean, that's
how people's ideas usually come to life. So
exactly.
Maybe they weren't high enough.
Right.
No, but it is crazy, because like I said, I mean, as the artist and as the musician, when you write your song, the visual is supposed to match at least, the song, or
definitely,
the song
like
is,
connect it.
Yeah, exactly. Connect it, and artists that just don't have the idea, I'm like, how do you not have an idea when you wrote the song? It should at least match up.
You obviously have a subject.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, give me a feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me something to feel here.
Exactly.
And like I said, like what you mentioned, the treatment, the concepts, all that, treatments are definitely a long process. Like my treatments, I can spend hours on it.
What's the longest treatment like you've had to come up with?
I would say, so page-wise.
Or how long? Not like which one, but like how long was that process?
That process was, so usually what we do is we meet with our artists, right? Talk about concepts, ideas. Once we get those ideas, I go back to my computer, type down the exact ideas.
You make like a little PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen some
literally
people do that.
on like what was it? Not Google Drive, but Excel or one of those things. But that's what we do is take the concepts, ideas, then we go with locations, what the color grade would be,
budget.
Budget.
Yes.
If we need any extra gear that I don't have, and stuff like that. And then we go into a shot list. Now that's the most important thing because the shot list is where the shoot is gonna go so smooth, and my shot lists are fucking big. Like I think our the last music video that we shot for our boy Will, I probably had over
it was long
70 or 80 different shots.
Damn.
And it's good to get that many shots because and another thing, it's also good to edit with the artist. So,
yes. No, absolutely. I want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, for sure.
So like, when we were, we just wrapped up editing last weekend and we had so much shots to go through. And it's like, bro, like maybe we can't use some of these. And, and he agreed, so it was good having tons of shots on deck instead of having like 10, 15 different shots and you're like, oh, this is all we got.
Okay, so wait, when you say shot list, is that like the times or different shots? Like
different angles, different shots, like like B-roll and stuff like that. Okay. So it's like we include that in the shot list so we know exactly what we're going to be filming that day.
And the time is included too, the estimated time.
I was
so
going to
we
say,
know like how long.
Because I've seen, I've had shot lists too, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Can you just call me like when I need to be there? You just let me know I need to show up. I don't understand it.
Yeah. So I make a call sheet as well for specific days, dates, times, and stuff like
y'all
that.
Got a lot to do.
Yeah.
It is I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. No, like I said, I learned a lot of this in film school. So that's another thing I appreciate film school for is like not just the filmmaking side of things, but also the business side of things and how to work with your artists or whoever you're working with, it's like they teach you all that. And, back home in Seattle, when we were working with artists, I didn't implement this as much. But once we moved down here, I was like, I got to take this shit seriously, So that's when I started literally coming up with, treatments, shot lists and all that. And, the music videos we've shot, so far have just been going so smooth and there's like no delays because it's like we're going down the list. We're like, let's get this shot, and then
organization is important too.
It is. I love being organized.
Same.
And, so
I
it's
am
like
an organized freak.
No, that's good.
It's like OCD.
Yeah. That's good
sometimes.
Though. Yeah. No, but like I said, that's our process, and it's nice hearing another artist does the same exact thing.
I mean, I think it's just like embedded in me to be organized because that's just how I was raised.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm always questioning myself. I'm like, am I being too? Is the OCD kicking in like with this right now?
Yeah.
Because there are times where I've like wanted to drop a video on a certain day and like I haven't even seen a fucking clip of it, and I'm just like twiddling my thumbs, looking up to the sky. Like, did I do something wrong? Should I be blowing them up right now?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I told you a date. So I'll get frustrated. But then, when they send the whole video, I'm like, but it's so good.
Yeah.
So I was tripping. But also I'm like, why can't I get it on the date that I wanted? How come it's never come like that?
Yeah.
But it's fine. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
But we're still going to work on that.
Yeah. No, that's good. Something new that we just kind of did with our boy Will is we're doing like a whole 5-part series music video, right?
Ooh, that's fire.
It is going to be dope. The end of each video is supposed to match up. We're not gonna get too much into that because we don't
shit.
Yeah, we don't want to put it out there.
I'm like
that.
I have questions though.
You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. No, but
I'm curious.
Yeah, no. What we were doing is literally going through the calendar. Like we need to shoot this day. We're gonna release this day. Shoot this day. Release this day. So at least like. With me being organized as well, I check my calendar.
We have
so
a time
it's like,
frame.
we got our time frame. So it's like, okay, we're going to shoot this day. Well, I got like 2 weeks to try to kill this shit out. But the good thing about the editing process is, when you have your artist, you can literally kill that shit out in a day. We killed that out in a day. And it's
it's 5 series?
The first one.
Just the first one.
Okay.
Just the first one.
So it's 5 different videos?
Yeah.
That's what you mean? But they're all connected.
They're all connected.
Okay, so it's like, what do they call the... Oh my gosh.
I don't know what they're called, but I know I've seen a couple.
There's just 5 episodes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. So, we're.
I was like, is there a name for it?
I think there probably is. It's like a short film.
Okay, short
music
film.
video maybe or something like that.
Short series.
Yeah,
I was like, there's a name.
Yeah, there is.
What is it?
There is usually a name for it, but yeah, no, like I said, it's definitely possible if you work with the editor. Of course, I'm the editor as well, and also shooting the videos, all that stuff, and then we got John, assistant director, and it's good too because he has some input as far as editing. He'll be there like, maybe we could try that or try that, but a majority of the ideas also come from the artist, which is our boy Will. Damn, he knows exactly what he wanted, and we're like, okay, let's try this, and then of course, we had issues like, nah, I don't think this is gonna work, because like after I see it, it's like I also have a preference, so it's like I gotta kind of be like, this won't work because of this, or it won't work because of that. Right. So like it's a teamwork kind of thing, and everything.
But you're not gonna know unless you do it. Too.
Exactly. So that's why like
the shot list.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Why there's a shot list.
Yeah. You really won't know. What it's like until you actually go through it, especially with the edit, because you do have to play around with different things in the edit to see if it even works.
It also saves so much time. Like if we were to edit it first and then send the rough draft to him, and then he has to give us it back and all the notes. There's so much back and forth, so it's just easier, more smooth, faster.
Definitely though, because there's sometimes where like there will be shots where like I think I look hideous, but then they're like, no, this is the one. Like, no, it's not.
Exactly.
Next. Yeah. Take that one off. Exactly. Agree to disagree. Yeah. But I would rather be there for that process too. Just knock it all out. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it's so much smoother. I that's how I want to do things from now on. It's just because, it's not me just choosing clips and then like he mentioned, it's like sending it over. They don't want this back. Yes. Then everything is done at that one day. We started at like 9 a.m. ended at 6 p.m. Literally like a 12-hour edit day, but we killed it out just in that time frame.
I mean, I would hope that the artist would want to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? It's funny because some artists just don't do it. Some actually have never heard of an artist working with the editor.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's crazy.
See, that's why I just, like I said, maneuver my own path. I'm like, well, I'm coming.
Damn.
So
she said, damn.
I'm like, you don't
Who raised you?
I'm like, excuse me, I'm at the door. Hello. You told me 9 o'clock. I'm here at 8:30. Yeah. Just like I was here early too.
No, being on time is always good. It definitely shows, you're a professional, and it's better than being late.
I'm like, half the time it's because I actually have to pee.
You're trying to rush. I'm about to piss my pants. Oh, I've been in that situation so many times. Oh my God.
I know I'm early, but can I use your restroom? And then when I come out, I'm like, can I get the Wi-Fi?
That's literally what you did when you came here. But hey, you got to do
it's a real thing.
Yeah, you got to do
I drink a gallon of water a day.
Oh, okay. That's good.
It's a real thing.
No, that's good.
I have my whole little tank.
Oh, nice. Shit. That's big.
This is 64, but I have to drink 2 of these a day.
Oh, shit.
Damn. So that's why I pee all the time. But also, like, I've always peed like that. So TMI, I don't know.
Hey, it's all good.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah,
pee.
I feel you, because there's been times, especially coming from work. There's and like I worked out in Chino,
traffic.
And then I'm sitting in downtown, and I'm all like,
no,
I gotta go in. Like I'm trying to hold it. Oh my God,
downtown.
It sucks. Yeah, and going through downtown here is like, oh my God, it was like the worst. And that's why during those times I was like, damn, I should have pissed at work. I was like, I just want to get home at the time. And then I regret it once I get near downtown. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
maybe it's just an older thing. I don't go through those things. I might have a smaller bladder as I go older.
No.
That's coming.
No.
Coming
He's like,
soon.
I pee once a day.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, to kind of backtrack things, you're Filipino.
Yep.
Right? But you kind of mentioned that your mom is Hawaiian as well?
She's from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
So she's people get confused because they're like, you're Hawaiian. And I'm like, no. But my mom's from Hawaii. Her family lives there. So Hawaii was like a second home for us, because when we were younger, my parents would take me and my sister. We would go visit my grandparents for the summertime. But my parents would stay for 2 weeks and then would leave me and my sister with my grandparents for like 3 months for the whole summer. Wow. So that's why like summer in Washington, I've spent a few, and I was just like, why?
Yeah.
Because it would rain sometimes, like
sucks.
summertime is nice in Washington. Yes.
It is. That's the best time.
But allergies, No, thank you. Yeah, and then when it rains in the summer, the rain is still rain.
Yeah.
And it rains and rains.
It does. It does. And but I mean, it rains in Hawaii, but not often, right?
Yeah, but it's more like in Hawaii, it's like you want to go outside in the rain. Like you want to go in the beach and be in the rain.
Yeah.
You want to be in the rain. Yeah. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like sticky Washington rain or that evergreen tree, pine cone, all that shit, you know?
Yeah.
I hated like in elementary when I would ride the bus. And you know when it's raining and you're standing outside and then you get on the bus and you just feel like, and you don't want to sit on the seat because you're just like, I hated that. Elementary was the last time I rode the bus.
Wait, where did you go to elementary, in Hawaii or
no,
Seattle?
In Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where in Hawaii, which island? Is it
Oahu?
Oahu? Okay, yeah. I love Oahu. And last time I was there was 2014. And literally the day I went there, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a storm. It was like 4 different storms. It was, I think, a tropical storm.
Oh my gosh.
That hit. And there was like 4 of them that were supposed to collide. And
I do remember that, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Because we were calling my grandpa, like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Can we get through?
Yeah. Damn, that shit was scary because
I was there.
I was there.
Oh, Lord.
The day before it happened. Because I was there for a wedding. And literally the day we got there, it was dry, right? Mm-hmm. And then the next day, that's when they were talking about staying home, stay inside, and all this. I was like, oh fuck, this is the day of the wedding. And literally after the wedding, I'm driving. This is Ko'olina.
Okay.
So that's where the wedding was in Ko'olina. So driving back to to like the city, like Honolulu. Damn, it was pouring and I could not see shit.
Damn. I was when it rains there, is it considered a monsoon?
I don't know. Maybe that's what they did call it. I just remember them calling it tropical storm and they were talking about it on the news, like, and I was like fucking scared. I couldn't see anything.
Wait, so was the wedding canceled?
No, the wedding was still.
Oh, inside.
It was inside.
Okay.
Yeah, it was inside. You know, the Disney Olina, I think.
Was it? It's at Ko'olina, right?
Yeah, Ko'olina, the Disney
Hotel.
Yeah. So that's where they had the wedding at.
Oh, cute.
And yeah, so that was
Mickey Mouse there.
Actually, we didn't see them because I think they had.
They're really there though.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So they had like as far as the wedding goes, I think it was just they needed a room for the wedding and stuff. So didn't really see any characters and stuff like that. But yeah, on our way back to Honolulu. I was scared. Like, I did not want to drive because the rain was hitting the windshield so hard.
And I hate when it, like, moves the car.
Yeah. Even in Seattle, it's like that sometimes when
Arizona,
we have bad
it's
rain.
like that, too.
Really?
Because Arizona has, oh, my God, I think it's monsoon season. Oh. And it gets bad. Yeah. Like, when it starts, I'm like, this car, though, is... heavy. So why are you moving it?
Yeah.
It's just like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
I, for the longest time, thought that I was just swerving.
Yeah.
Am I not driving correctly? Like, I don't know how to drive when it's... No, girl, it's the wind. It's the wind doing its thing.
And I hate that shit, too, because in Seattle, that happens all the time, especially when you're driving in the rain. Yeah. It's like, it's pushing you. You might skid.
Hydroplane.
Yeah, hydroplane. Who knows?
Oh, my God. The first time I hydroplaned, it was with my dad, and we lived in Texas. And I was so scared. I just grabbed onto the seat. I didn't know what was happening, and we just like slid like wide.
Yeah,
that was not okay.
Yeah,
damn.
No, that shit is scary.
We just got snowed in. I was in Washington for Christmas.
Yeah, we were too.
Oh, you guys? Did you get snowed in too?
Yeah, we did.
I mean,
we did.
Wait, when did you guys leave? Like, did your flights get canceled?
No.
Okay,
so
lucky you.
Rachel, when she was coming,
the one.
So when she was coming, because we both left literally like almost the same time.
Okay.
She was gonna meet us over in Seattle, like 27th.
Okay.
When she got to the airport, her flight I think got delayed. She got
LAX.
In LAX, but and then they got a new one. She was able to get to San Francisco. They canceled the flight, so she was stuck in San Francisco.
The connecting flight
got canceled.
Not the one.
Yeah, not the one.
Why are you gonna do that to the one?
I know
the disrespect.
Yes, it is.
That sucks.
It does suck. But she got to see the snow, and the first time she actually seen snow was 2019. And,
oh my God.
Or no, 2020 of
Okay, so
Christmas.
you're not from Seattle.
No, she's not.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's from here.
Yeah.
You've never seen snow? Or like No.
Until she went to Seattle.
For the first time last year.
Yeah.
You never touched it or like?
No.
Oh my God.
Because she's born and raised here.
I'm like, she didn't see it, but has she touched it?
Yeah, exactly. And that was one thing I was like confused about too. I was like, you never been to Big Bear or anything?
Yeah, that was my next question.
Yeah, she was like, no. I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know,
I'm not a snow person, and it probably is because I'm from Washington, but no, not even because like. It's cute the first day, but that snow just recently was like powdery.
It was.
You couldn't even build a snowman until like 2 days later, and then it wouldn't stop snowing. Exactly. And that's when I was like, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of this. Right. And then my flight actually got canceled. I was there for 2 weeks, and then my flight got canceled on the way back. But that's because they were saying like, I guess people were calling out sick because COVID was rising again. That's what I heard. I was just like, I just want to go back to the sun.
Yeah, I know. No, I mean, you know, it was cool being in the snow for a little bit, but you're right. You know, it does ruin everything. It's like
it's dangerous too. You can't drive. People can't go to work. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah, and you know, we had plans too because we were gonna meet up. You know, go to our favorite food places over there, and we were gonna shoot some content for Artistry Drop. And
oh my God, couldn't do it.
No, couldn't do it. The snow stopped everything, you know, and, you know, it especially in the area that we were trying to go to, there's hills. So it's like none of us want to drive in the hills. Yeah. So we were stuck.
All the way on the other side of the world, too. I'm over here in Parkland. He's like in Linwood.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I was in Seattle. So literally Northgate. So I stayed with my parents because my parents live at Northgate. So it was bad over there as well. But, you know, like I think everywhere was just everybody was snowed in. So that kind of sucked.
My mom lives on a hill, and we were just like watching people try because it snowed Christmas Day, but it was the 26th, the day after, when we got snowed in. Yeah. So then we were just watching people go up the hill. And then my mom drives a Fiat. So she came home from work one night, and we were just a joke because we really were. She's a small Fiat. It's a small Fiat.
Small one.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, we could try to push this. As my mom, it's a stick shift. And so she's like gunning it. And me and my stepdad are like really trying to pull. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I'm 115 pounds. Like, bitch, what do you think you're going to do? And my mom just she sees me like really trying hard and her window's down, and she just starts laughing. I was like, I'm going inside. I tried. I was really trying. I've been working out, so I was like, I got this.
You got them gains.
Me and my stepdad, we can do this.
It's a moment
I was
of shine.
just sliding. Did not shine at all.
No, it sucks. I also had a two-door coupe, you know, back home in Seattle, and damn, that shit was scary driving in the snow. You know, and it's a rear wheel, so it's like I'm fishtailing everywhere, and it was hard to get out of everywhere. But the fun part was like drifting in the snow, you know. So that was
terrified.
Fun. That was fun.
I am terrified. One of my best friends like loves to drift, and the first time I ever drifted anything, he thought it would be funny, and it was on my birthday, and I was drunk as hell. So I was just screaming, and then we went go-kart racing right after. Ran to the bathroom, threw up, and then rallied it out because like that's what you do. I was just like, why do people like to do this? Or like, what is it, the donuts?
Yeah, the donuts. Yeah.
Why? I'm dizzy. I'm sick. Like, what?
It's probably not fun for the passenger, but it's fun for the driver.
Okay, because that's how I felt.
Yes, yeah.
I was like, why?
See, if you were the one driving, you'd probably be like, oh, fuck yeah. Like,
okay, maybe. Because I just felt like I was just going everywhere. I had I did not feel secure. I did not feel strapped in. I was just like everywhere, and my neck and everything. Oh, yeah. It's like, why do people like this?
Yeah, you're getting like whiplash and stuff. Oh, damn, that sucks.
Talking about snow stories, my dad, it was like the 27th or the 28th, we were still snowed in, and he was cooking in the kitchen, and he actually cut himself so deep to where like he almost cut off his finger. I didn't tell you this. And we literally had to drive him to the ER.
Oh, shit.
And it was fucking snowing, but he couldn't do it. He wrapped it. It was bleeding so much. Fuck. And we're like, damn. And he's a medic too, so he's like, I need stitches.
What's the closest ER you had to drive to?
It's actually there's an urgent care neck. I forgot what it was called. But
you didn't have to drive far.
No, we didn't have to drive that far. It was like 10 minutes away, but I was drifting for sure.
Gosh.
And yeah, there's
just
some
by
hills
default,
and stuff.
too.
Yeah. So, but we made it there, dropped him off. Luckily, we didn't have to wait that long. It was like 3-4 hours. We just got some food. Luckily, Popeyes was like right next door, and they were still open.
The one in Spanaway or Pacific? Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was there.
Popeyes.
It's like
think the urgent care is new.
something?
Yeah. It's like
Great
next
Samaritan.
to Popeyes and Arby's.
Yeah, that's the
That
one.
is so crazy.
Yeah.
Such a small world.
And I dropped him off there, and then he got stitches, and we were all good, and we went back, and I was like, damn, we weren't trying to leave at all.
Oh my God, you had to go down or up that hill.
Yeah, up that hill. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I would never
Heck
want to
yeah.
try to drive up a hill. On
Exactly.
snow.
No.
Hell no.
Because we were talking to him, I was like, do we really have to go?
Yeah. Can't you stitch it yourself?
Yeah. I was like, all
You're
right.
like, don't you know how to do this, Dad?
Yeah. Didn't you go to school for this?
Exactly.
You were in the army,
You
right?
don't know how to do this yourself?
No, that sounds almost exactly what happened to me. Remember,
yeah.
I was cutting cucumbers like a few weeks ago, and I cut my finger. And it was deep too, and I go to Rachel, and I'm like, love, I cut my finger deep, like no joke, like please help me. And then I go into John's room, I was like, bro, I just cut my finger, like no joke, and it's like dripping blood. And he thought I was joking at first. I was like,
Because he was like, look at this, look at this. I was like, what?
You're like, okay.
I thought he was going to like fart or something. He's like he wants me to pull a
pull my finger.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
no, so I mean, him
No.
being the good guy, you know,
Yeah.
he took me
course.
to Rouse, grabbed some Band-Aids, and you know, I just wrapped that shit up, and I wrapped that shit up hard too because it was stinging.
So you didn't need stitches?
I didn't need stitches.
Can
It
I
wasn't.
see?
Well, it's kind of fucked
there?
up right now. I don't want to show you.
Is it like deep in the finger? I'm so
No,
weird.
it's
I'm like,
it's,
let me
it's,
see
it's
it.
done already.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
it's already
healed.
healed.
Yeah.
But this happened like I think beginning of December. But when I cut it, it was deep,
Yeah.
and it was the deepest I've ever cut my finger, and
Yeah.
blood just kept pouring out, and like
He was
I mean,
panicking.
I was panicking. So and then like
I think he
That's your shooting finger. That's why. Like you're like, how am I supposed to do my thing
Right? I
without
know.
my finger?
I think he would have died from a heart attack more than how
Most
much
likely.
he was getting cut.
most likely.
But you know, I had to take care of my grandpa
yes.
and make sure he was all good.
Yes, exactly.
You
So I
know?
appreciate you
Of
for
course,
that. No, I thank you.
Got to give back to your elders.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. She's your elder as well.
Respect to your elders.
She's your elder.
That's right.
Yes.
She doesn't really
You can
count.
call me Lola. You can call me Lola. It's fine.
You could call her Ate.
Ate. She's more like a ate.
Yes,
Yeah,
there
I
you
would
go.
say that.
Auntie, whatever
Yeah.
fits.
There you go. So, have you been to the Philippines now that we know, you know?
Okay, this is crazy, but I am just now getting my passport next week.
Oh, really?
Well, like, I made my appointment. I don't even have a fucking passport.
I don't either.
My mom's always like, you should go to the Philippines. You would make it in the Philippines. I'm like, damn, so I can't make it here? But she's
Mom.
always like, they would praise you in the Philippines. She said because I don't look Filipino like that. I'm like, so what the fuck does that mean?
No, you know what?
You know?
That is facts.
Yeah.
I've heard that so many times from my family. Because, you know, whenever we go to family parties, they always somehow get into talking about actors and actresses in the Philippines. And then, you know, my aunts and morely my aunts, not my uncles, you know, they're off doing their own thing. But my aunts are like, you would be famous in the Philippines as an
Yes.
actor. I was like,
Maybe it's a Filipino thing to say.
I think it is because
you would be famous.
yeah, no, literally, I hear it all the time, and I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to become an actor, you know. And first thing is, I wouldn't want to move to the Philippines to do that.
Right.
You know, like I mean, there are people that have done it, but yeah, I would never do that.
I feel like it's for one thing. It's not, there's no other purpose
Yeah.
behind it. And it's like, I'm not going to go for that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's not, I don't get a thrill out of
Yeah.
that. Thank
No.
you, but I don't
Yeah,
get a thrill.
right.
I'm
But
flattered.
I will say the Filipino like community is so like
They're
supportive.
strong. Yeah, they're strong.
Yes.
when it comes to that.
Filipinos
Yes.
are talented as hell. But you know what, though?
Yeah.
A lot of cultures are talented
Oh, yeah,
as
for
hell.
sure.
They are.
It's just white people.
AKA him. His people.
Only part of it.
Yeah.
No, but you know
half
what?
of it.
Like, I think that's the other thing why my aunts say that too is because, you know, when you're mestizo, they're going to praise you like in the Philippines. There's a lot of you know, Filipinos in the Philippines that have made it big.
Yeah.
And that's why they keep saying, you know, you'll make it big. I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to be an actor or anything
Right.
like that. And, you know, the other thing too, why I would never want to move there is I feel like if I moved there and tried to get into something, you're gonna be stuck there.
Yeah.
Like you won't progress as you know in the States. You know, you're gonna spend years trying to get famous over there, and then you have to come back here and try to get famous here.
Yeah.
So it's like one or the other.
It's
you
like
know?
double work.
It is.
It
It is
is.
double work, and that's why for me, I would never consider moving over there trying to you know take on anything.
Have you been there?
I haven't been there
Have
yet.
you been there?
No,
Me
I
either.
haven't.
No, I want to go really bad. You know, me and Rachel have talked about going. She's been there a few times, and she lived there when she was a kid. But I want to go there. I want to go there
Yeah.
because, of course, it looks beautiful, and I
bad.
no, you're good. I want to see the motherland and you know stuff like
Yes.
that. My dad always talks about it, but yeah, I mean, you know, have you ever considered like maybe moving there and taking on music? We interrupt this episode with a word from our sponsor. Are you looking for a way to energize for the day? We got a product that will do just that.
Introducing Gamer Subs. Gamer Subs is a keto-friendly, zero-calorie, zero-sugar-based energy drink that introduces nootropics to sharpen focus and increase reaction time.
Gamer Subs is also organic caffeine-based that will maximize energy and endurance. To make it easier, each scoop used is 100 milligrams so you don't go over your daily limit.
Each tub of Gamer Subs contains 100 servings. Gamer Subs also provides caffeine-free tubs for those that just want their daily vitamin dose without the need for caffeine.
Not only do they have energy drinks, they also have dope merch, such as these waifu cups, t-shirts, and hoodies, and much more.
Are you ready to energize with Gamer Subs?
Use our code Artistry Drop on their website and receive a 10% off discount.
Hey, now back to the show.
No.
No.
I haven't. I just, like, I want to go more to know more about our culture. And that's like with Guam. I've never been to Guam either.
Yeah.
But the thing is also, like, I want to go with my grandparents or my parents.
Right.
Like, yeah, I want to go by myself, but I want to know, like, what my grandparents knew. And I want to know, like, what my parents knew because we're just in a different time.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I need to get a passport so we could get the hell out of here and, you know, explore different cultures, not just my own. But I do want to learn more. I don't feel like I know enough. And I don't think I take the time to learn enough, so I need to get better at that. And I'm trying, like, but I've noticed I've been gravitating more towards it too naturally, not just like, oh my god, I need to know because I'm Chamorro or you know, I'm Filipino. And also, like, speaking Tagalog, like, I don't speak Tagalog. Like, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. You know, half the time people are like Tagalog, and I'm like,
Tagalog,
yes. Or even like people. Whenever I say I'm Chamorro, people are like, or Guamanian, they're like, okay. So then I'm like, okay, my dad's from Guam. And then people be like, so you're Guamanese. Excuse me?
Guamanese.
Or I've gotten Guamanese. Like, I've gotten Guamish. I've never heard it. Someone said Guamish one time.
Guamish?
I was like, I should slap you. Like, Guamish,
if anything, Pacific Islander. But
But, like, don't try to make shit up or guess. Like, just
Guamanese.
ask me. Yes.
Guamanese.
But a lot
there
of
are people
like,
out there that do that.
And they don't, like, it's like they've never heard of Guam. I mean, there's some countries that I've never heard of either. But they just look at me like, what's that? I'm like, why don't you just ask, like, oh, where is that from?
Yeah, exactly.
That's also something that really irks me is asking correctly about someone's ethnicity rather than like, oh, what are you? I don't know why, but that sets me off. Because I don't know. It just, like, can you ask me correctly? Like, what's your ethnicity? Or
nationality.
Like, where, nationality. Or I think someone asked me one time, where are your parents from? And I was like, I just thought that was a really deep question for someone that didn't even know me. And it was at a grocery store. So it was like, where are your parents from? And I was just looked at him. And I just walked away.
Wait, so he randomly just like, came up to you and asked
where are your parents from? And I'm not going to lie, like, I'm not gloating or anything, but I've had people that just come up to me and ask me what my ethnicity is. And like, I can see them looking at me and I'm blind, but like, I can see when someone is kind of trying to figure it out. Because I don't know why people mix me up with other things. So like, people have thought I was like Japanese and white, and I'm like, okay. Like, my name's Kiana, but okay. My last name is, first of all, my name is just like Kiana Perez, so it's spelled Perez. People think it's Hispanic. They think it's Perez, but in Guam, it's actually pronounced Paris.
Oh, really?
So, okay. So it's like when I say if I'm actually saying it the correct way, it's Kiana Perez, and that's what my dad told me, and I never knew that. And my name is actually hyphenated. So what's crazy is like in Guam, I guess anyone that has the same last name, like you're just blood related. So like my grandma's maiden name is Sablan, and she told me, she said, if you meet anyone with the name Sablan, that you're related to them. And I legit have met people and their name was Sablan, and I was like, oh my god, I have Sablan in my name. I think we're cousins. Like, I'm weird. I'll be like, I think we're related. And then they do this thing where they're like, ask what their family name is. And I still don't really understand like where the family name comes from, but my papa always says, like our family name is Duckett.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, if anyone asks what your family name is, like say it's Duckett. I'm like, okay, but can I have like a backstory? Because what if they start asking me other questions?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know the answer.
Can't just open it with that.
Yeah, and I don't. He still hasn't really given me like the details, and I'm like, well, why do I have to say that? My family name is my last name. I don't know, but it's crazy because one time we were in Hawaii. It was me, my brother, and my sister, and we were staying at this Airbnb in Waikiki, and there were these people, they were Chamorro, and they were wearing like jackets with a Guam seal. And so I think my brother was wearing a jacket with a Guam seal too. So, you know, like we always acknowledge like, oh, you're from Guam, we're from Guam, half a day, blah, blah, blah. And then they asked us like, what's your family name? We're like, Duckett. And they're like, oh, your grandparents are Ed and Doris. And we were like, what the fuck? So we like amen them. Like we call it amening, is just like kiss on the cheek, you know, but they call it amening there. So we did that, and then they're like, tell your grandparents we said hi, and we're just like, what?
That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's cool, but it's crazy like how small the world is, and how like connected. You just say a name, and if you're from this country or this village, like people know. So it is cool.
It's almost the same with Filipinos too.
Yeah,
though.
definitely.
Yeah, with the last names.
Yeah, no, you know, like Saldana, it's another popular like Filipino last name.
Really?
But it's, you know, it comes from the Spaniards and stuff like that. But like, you know, I've tried to, you know, take advantage of my last name, and whenever I, you know, kind of get into talks with people, I say, you know, Zoe Saldana is my cousin. And they actually...
This is what you mean by taking advantage? I was wondering where this was going.
My cousin is Zoe Saldana. They're like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no, like, you know, like we talked about...
Is she Filipino?
No, she's not Filipino.
Okay, that's
it's a joke to see like if people would actually like be like, really, is she?
Okay.
And people actually go for it. I'm like, damn, I keep progressing it, and then, you know, at a point I just be like, you know, I'm just joking with you.
Well, wait, and like now that I think of it, I've only heard that last name from her.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay. No, there are other Saldanias that I know of, and then of course, you know, like my dad has told me, you know, about other Saldanias in the Philippines, and you know how it's something with the family. I really don't know much about my family either, and my, you know, the family last name and stuff like that. But you know, my dad has told me stories here and there about the Saldanias in the Philippines, and you know, originally I guess it might have been my grandpa, because my family are all jewelers. Literally, my uncle, I have like 6 uncles, you know, a few of them had passed, but all of them are involved in jewelry.
In the Philippines?
Here. So my grandpa was a jeweler, and then he trained all of his kids, which are my uncles.
Okay.
And then my aunt, which is my grandpa's they were all jewelers. And then my dad tells me, Saldanias in the Philippines, like jewelry is like a thing. Or something like that. So I don't know if my grandpa was the original one that started like jewelry, you know, and as far as like Saldanias go. But yeah, I mean, that's all I really know as well. You know, as
you
far
never
as,
thought about being a jeweler?
No, I you know, that's funny because, you know, my cousins.
You're
Uncle
around
Sam,
that age.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
It's always a backup, you know?
No, it gets passed down from generation to generation.
No, I'm good. No, but
from tito to tito.
Hell no. No, but I have been asked that, and I always said no. I would never want to do that, because even it is crazy. My cousin, which is Uncle Sid, his kids were in jewelry, but my his son, he's a jeweler now too. So it's like literally it did go down the bloodline, but you know, me and a few of my other cousins just didn't follow that path. Yeah. You know, it just wasn't in what I wanted to do. I seen, you know, my dad would take me to his work, and I would see what he does, but I'm like, nah. Like,
well, that's like stereotype for
it is
like us to be doctors and nurses. I mean, my mom does work at the post office, but she like loves it. She really said that she had dreams of being a postal worker. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And she loves it. And what's so weird is I just asked her, like, when I was just home about her job at the post office. And when I was asking her, it really dawned on me that my mom has worked at the post office for like 20 something years since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it really dawned on me that I've never asked her about her job.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what a shitty daughter you are. How did you never ask? And I realized like how distracted I was just by everything, that I was never curious about like things about my parents, even though they had like a toxic relationship, which I have forgiven them for, but I just never asked. And I was really sitting in the car asking her, and I was just so babbled like by myself. I was like, damn, you never asked her what she does at the post office. Right. And she was like telling me, you know, and I was like, this is how much she loves her job because she's really telling me everything about it.
Yeah.
And I've never asked her.
Honestly, it's good when you love your job, you know. Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't keep doing something that you hate. And, you know, like before moving down here, you know, I was an assembler. You know, I was on an assembly line, like doing medical, you know, assembling medical stuff.
So almost a jeweler.
No, it's not. It's so
not
different.
Even close.
No, it's so different.
Still in a factory.
It is.
The back.
It's. I'll give you that. It's
putting
almost
things together.
Yeah, sort of.
No, I'm just kidding.
But no, like honestly, yeah, like I wouldn't say I hated that job because I got to say, you know, they kept me employed for a while.
Yes.
I was able to buy all the things I wanted to and
get to
stuff.
where you're at today.
Exactly. But, you know, they were a stepping stone. Pretty much, you know, while I was going to school, you know, they kept me employed. And then, you know, after I graduated film school, that's where I'm like, okay, it's time to get out of this fucking place, you know. So started applying, boom, got a videographer position down here. That's how I got down here.
Yeah.
You know, so, and like I said, now I'm getting to do what I love. And now it's like, you know, before living in Seattle, I wouldn't say I was miserable. I was just, you know, it sucks being, you know, going to the same place over and over and just not enjoying it. You know?
I would say the same too. You know, I grew up the typical Asian life of working in the medical field.
Rice every day.
Rice every day. Yeah, pleasing my parents. You know, that's what they went to school for and what they do now. So I took that upon myself too. But it wasn't until I met the love of my life.
Yes.
And then, you know, we really popped off there. And
Chemistry.
It was love at first sight.
Fire.
Yeah. There was.
No, but like,
Wait, how did you guys meet? This is my show now.
You can tell the story.
We met on Tinder. And,
That's exactly how we met.
Changed my filter to 65 years old. And he was my first match.
And you got him.
Yeah, and I got him. It was hooked from there.
No.
Super match.
No, fuck you.
No. You guys met in Washington.
Yeah, we met in Washington.
No, it's a dope story though. Yeah. It's how we met. You know?
So I was dancing a lot at the time, and one of my really good friends, Robin, he was also really into dance. We make videos all the time together, and he saw on a Facebook group page that Corey was in that Corey was offering free videos. So he hit up Corey, and then
no, I hit him up.
Oh, you hit?
Yeah, because I'll talk about that part. Okay. So how it was, you know, during that time I wanted to start shooting more dance videos, right? I didn't know much dancers, so I joined this Seattle Facebook group where a whole bunch of dancers, you know, they actually let me in to the group because it was a private group. So I got in and put out, you know, a little ad like trying to shoot more videos. Anybody interested? Robin was like the only one that actually responded back. So, you know, I messaged him, talked to him more about it, and then I mean, yeah, pretty much from there.
Yeah, and then we met at this dance studio Harambe in Renton, and then he actually was there on time, and I was on time, and my homie Robin was late, and then so it was just me and him, and we were just talking.
So forced, forced to connect.
Yes,
pretty much. And then we connect, and then we shot the video, and then after we shot the video, we started hanging out, and then
is that when you like became interested in video?
Yeah, video and photography. Like we started hanging out, and I was just totally a dancer. I mean, I did photos like back in high school for fun, but I never thought about taking it seriously. And then every time he would go out for a shoot, I would come with him, and he would kind of coach me.
He's like a mentor.
Yeah, he's like a mentor, and then I would
His sensei.
An old master. That's why he's elderly,
grandpa.
huh?
Yeah.
You got
He's
it.
your Mr. Miyagi.
Mr.
I
Miyagi,
am.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Before when he had the beard.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, you see? Wax
Facts.
on, wax off. You know? No, yeah, I didn't even have my camera at the time, so he let me borrow his camera, and we shot the same model, and that's kind of how we got used to it. And then after that,
that's
you know,
tight. See, a real connection.
Yeah.
That's how it should go.
Yeah, and then, you know, from there on, you know, look at what we've been doing now. You know, who would have thought, like, you know, we've known each other almost 7-8 years now, and now we're at this point. You know, we started off so small, coming from, you know, Seattle, and now we're down here, you know, doing exactly what we want to do.
Live together, you know, start the Artistry job
together.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really dope, you know, like growing, you know, with somebody and that has the same goal as you know. So
absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Kind of going back into the music side of things, when you're working on a new song or you're in the studio, like, how do you know like the beat or instrumental is the one for you?
Oh my gosh. So what's funny is it depends on like which producer I'm working with. So sometimes one of my producer friends, he'll just like send me a beat pack. And then it's crazy because they just kind of know my sound and my writing style and like how I can just flow on a certain beat. So he'll send me a beat pack and I'll just pick what I want. And then I have another producer where we will make something from scratch, which that process is, that one just like pulls at my heartstrings because usually, so when I write stuff, I don't always write to a beat. So sometimes I feel like I'm more of just a writer because like I said, I write in a journal and everything. But when I hear a beat, I'll kind of think of how it makes me feel. And then that kind of makes me go back to stuff that I've already written. And I don't necessarily like physically write all the time, but I have stuff in my phone. Like my mind is just always running with words or just melodies and just things to sing about. Not all of it gets used, but I just have to jot it down, you know, just in case. So a lot of times things just start off as like journal entries. And then with one of my friends who's a producer, we've done this multiple times where I'll have like a whole song already and I have a hook and everything. And then I'll be singing with a melody. I'm like, this is what I have. This is what it sounds like. And then he'll just create around it. So I'll tell, like, if I have just a verse and a hook or something, I'll sing what I have. And then he creates around it. And then we kind of just build the song from that. That's my favorite. That's been my favorite way. I just started working with him last year. Wait, oh my God, it's 2022. So I think 2020. And then I have another group of producers, or they're like a group, the Wob Life. And they were like the first group that I worked with where I would just go there and record songs. And I would pick a beat and just make a song right then and there on the spot. And that took some time, but there were times where I made a song in like 30 minutes and we were done in an hour or hour and a half, like mixing it, just doing a rough mix. But that's when like those were the songs that were like more upbeat. But then the ones that take longer are the ones where like I'm really feeling, the ones kind of that I write to myself.
More sentimental.
Yeah, those ones take more. And those ones are usually with the producer that I work, my friend Prismadelic. And he's the one that I do a lot of like he plays the guitar. Oh, I keep hitting this. But he plays the guitar in like a lot of my videos that I do. And with him, it's just like, we just vibe. But it's like, he's like an uncle. I call him Uncle Priz, and he is just like laughs about it. We just have like this like connection when he's playing guitar, when I'm singing. Like I just feel fully comfortable singing however I want with him. And it's just like, not that I don't feel comfortable with anybody else, but it's just the way we create. It makes me feel comfortable to where like I can try different things. And he's great too, because he'll do that. He'll be like, we'll try it at this note or something. Because when it comes to like the statistics of singing, I'm not like a professional at that. Like I took vocal lessons one time, but I just kind of sing. I just ride the beat type of thing. You know, I'm not like this octave. Like I don't even know, to be honest. Or will people be like, are you a soprano? I'm like, I don't know. I just sing, you know, I just sing whatever's right or whatever feels right. And if they tell me to sing something that needs to be different, then I just do it, you know? But I like having different people to work with, like different styles, because then I don't just feel like with my sad songs, like I don't just feel sad. You know, like I can, it's not stuck in one mood. And that's why, like with my last EP, which I dropped last March, Keeping It Honest, that was like a really big project to me because I felt like it was a whole story. And what I didn't realize is like, because like I mentioned earlier, like I like to be low key, I like to be out of the mix, out of the way, but also when you're putting your own stories out and your music and people are listening to it, they're going to ask you questions, you know, they're going to ask you like, what were you feeling at this with this song? Or like, who are you even talking about? Because I'm very private about a lot of things. So a lot of times people are like, you had a man? I'm like, oh yeah, for like 9 months, but you know what, it is what it is. It didn't work out. They're like, damn, like who are you talking about? Or who hurt you all the time? So it's like, when I'm putting stuff out like that from personal experience, like I didn't realize like the questions that people were gonna ask.
Yeah.
And then that's when, like I mentioned earlier also, how I had started kind of like not a podcast, but I wanted to do kind of like a spin-off from Keeping It Honest, but just talking about personal experience and just letting people know like you're not alone.
Yeah.
Because everyone's situation is different, but that's why like we have to stress kindness, because you really don't know what people are going through.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of people are going through stuff, and we're walking around here with a smile on our face every day.
Exactly.
And that's why like I stress empathy too over sympathy, because there's not enough empathetic people in the world, just sympathetic.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just like I got lost off track. All I know is what was I talking about?
Your EP.
Yeah.
Well,
oh yeah, my EP.
Yeah, which brings us to the next question. Talking about your EP, last year you released 2 music videos. You released Trust Nobody in the beginning, and then Feeling Some Type of Way towards the end.
Oh yeah.
Would you say Trust Nobody was like your biggest production? You definitely
Trust Nobody. Okay, so
some time was spent in that.
Yeah, so I think Recipe was 2020. Yeah, Recipe was 2020, and then Trust Nobody was definitely my biggest production.
How was that experience?
So that was crazy, because there was a part where like I could cry by myself. Like everybody had to get out the room.
Oh, really?
He was like, do you need, because I was like, no, there's just a part where like we don't have to show that I'm crying, but I wanted to show that emotion.
Okay.
But he wanted to get like that real emotion, you know? So he like made everyone get out the room. And then I was like, fuck, like I really feel this right now. Yeah. So it was like, first of all, it was amazing. The experience was amazing overall.
Okay.
But I did not realize like how much work like y'all have to put into it. Like that was the first time there was like a shot list and everything. Well, that I saw.
Okay.
Because they like sent it to me, and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, because Recipe, I didn't really look at all that stuff.
Right.
I was just like, okay, I'm showing up. I have to be here at this time.
Yeah. Right.
But then Trust Nobody, it was a bigger production and more people involved. So I wanted to know like who was all involved and whatnot, and like the organization of it. And so that was like singing that over and over again. I was like, damn, this is a lot. But you know, it came out exactly how I wanted it to. And the ideas that I had, like how they built the whole like bed scene. At first, I wanted the bed like floating. There was a location that I saw where the bed was floating, but then I was like, that's a lot of like up and down, and I was nervous that like the shit was gonna fall.
Oh yeah.
But it turned out. Like, I think more of the feeling of it with Trust Nobody is what I wanted to portray.
Yeah.
Like, the bed scene was more, you know, like, Trust Nobody because, you know, I was just having bodies in my bed, but, like, I don't trust y'all, you know? So, it was... That song is one of my favorite songs, for sure. Actually, that whole project was...
That was one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, like I said, that... When I listened back to it, when it was finished... It really felt like a chapter in my life that I finally like let go. And that's what I've realized when I release songs. Like that's what it is for me. It's more like when I put something out, it's because I'm done with that chapter or I'm moving on. And that's what I felt like with that project. Because when I listened to it from start to finish, I'm like, wow, this is a story in itself.
Right.
And yeah, I made it like that. But for me, not just because it's mine, but when I listen to it, I hear the story. And I hope that other people hear the story too.
Exactly.
But I also hope that people resonate with it. And that's like that's the perk of it all is when people tell me like, oh, this was their favorite line, or this song's their favorite, or like they can relate to this really hit them. And I'm just like... Even if it's 5 people, I'm like, y'all are my favorite 5 people, you know?
Exactly.
Because then it's like how with the likes and stuff, it's motivating you. It's like, okay, I can keep doing this, or I should keep doing this. It's touching people, and that's the main part about it. Yeah. It's not the money aspect, even though people tell me that I need to be like more money motivated about it.
Exactly.
I'm like, but why?
So going to the production side, like, do you normally work with the same people, or you always work with somebody different? As far as videos goes,
so far I've worked with the same people.
Okay.
Yeah, actually the first, Recipe and Trust Nobody and Feeling Some Way.
And being Trust Nobody, being the bigger production, would you say like the planning and everything that went into it made the outcome better compared to your other videos?
Oh, definitely. For Trust Nobody, because it was a bigger production, there's more organization that has to be involved with it. So yeah, it went very smoothly.
Okay.
It was a really good experience.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
it just made me realize, like I said, how much work you guys do too on your end. Like, it's not just setting up a few things.
Right.
It's like people have to go shopping for these things, like the set design, and like it's not like that stuff's there. Like they have to create that
environment,
the scene, you know. So I was like, damn, y'all got to do a lot of work too. I just got to show up and sing my song.
There is a lot of work.
Look here, look there. Now turn around.
Definitely a lot of work that goes into like filmmaking. For sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you know I was trying to do research on like, you know, on you, of course. I couldn't find like you on Spotify or any of those. Like,
oh really?
Are you on there?
Yeah. Did you spell my name wrong?
No, I even looked on your Instagram profile.
Yeah, I found her on Spotify.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I know. I'm very like I took all that stuff down off my off of my Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like, if you see it, and if you see like on my profile and it catches your eye, like you'll go to Spotify and look at but maybe did you space it out like Kianalei?
I put it how you told me on the guest flyer.
Where's my phone?
No, if it's on there, I trust you. I probably typed it in wrong.
You're gonna make me look to make sure I'm still on
Am
there.
I still on Spotify?
I found you.
Okay.
I'm like,
so it's there for sure.
Kianalei.
Yeah, you're there.
Oh my god.
Maybe I spelled it wrong.
I am there. Or maybe you were like, that's not her. She looks different.
I don't know.
Her hair's long.
No, but
there.
I would have clicked on it because, you know, seeing your name and how it's spelled and everything, I would have clicked on it for sure. So that's my bad on my end. Okay,
no
so that's my bad on my end. Who, like, you know, with your music progressing and stuff, like, do you do collabs, or is there anybody you want to do a collab with in the future?
I mean, like big names.
It doesn't matter. Like,
I mean, like a dream would be Alicia Keys. You know, she's like I adore her. Like I admire her tone, everything.
Legendary
about her. Like her writing, just everything.
Yeah, personality,
her beauty. Yes, you know, just her for being her. And just staying on the path. But also, she's like getting very, very versatile right now. Like she different sounds, and it's still amazing. Yeah, you know. But I mean, I don't really have anybody in mind right now. That I can think of. To be honest, like I'm like haven't even thought about music right now. It's what is it? It's still January. Yeah. Like I haven't recorded in January at all. I kind of just wanted to take a step back. Yeah. Not from it, you know, everything, but I just wanted to really still figure out like anything else that I wanted to do, you know, because I just don't want to be stuck on that one thing. Yeah. Even though, like I said, you got to find that one thing. But I'm really exploring. There's other things that I'm working on and that I'm getting started that has nothing to do with music. So that's kind of what I want to stick to for right now.
Yeah, and you just came back from being in Seattle as well. So it sounds
like being with family, you know?
It's like resets you, you know, and get your head clear, and then now you're back and you're starting to warm up and you're trying to figure out, you know, where you want to go this year.
No, and I think it's good. You know, it's good to kind of self-reflect on things, on what you truly want to do, you know, because there was a time last year, you know, before summer hit, I was also in, you know, a creative burnout. And, you know, I took about 3 to 4 months off from not creating anything, just relaxing, you know, chilling, hanging out, having fun. And it was good for me because, you know, it does show that I really love creating and, you know, being a creator and filmmaking.
But you gotta live your life too, you know?
You know,
because like for me, writing from experience, like I have to go do other things.
Right, for sure.
For me to experience. And for us to get inspired from other things, like we gotta go explore. So that's what I feel like. I guess you could say like a creative burnout. But I feel like I'm in a reset stage right now where I'm like, okay, I'm tapping into myself in a different way. So I want to go explore other things that I haven't yet tapped into that's not music because I know that it will fuel that creativity with music, like the writing juices and stuff again when I start that up again.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do believe in breaks. I do believe in resting.
Yeah,
for sure. Like I think with getting older, I crave like peace and privacy so much more.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm just becoming more and more antisocial. Like I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I'm just very like, I can sense energy and I'm like, I don't want to deal with any of that, you know, like I'm just, we're going to keep it professional, or we're going to be friends, or, you know, like even with relationships, I'm just like, I'm not really like interested in that right now. I'm really trying to tune in more with myself and focus on that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because it's like, I just get distracted.
No, you know what? That's understandable, because I also feel, you know, when you age, you definitely kind of
Stop! I couldn't.
I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm just saying, because you know, like,
but it's true.
Fuck you. He's getting all closer to me
It's
and everything.
true.
No, like honestly, like the older I get, I feel like I don't want to do a lot of things, you know, anymore. And you know, and he notices that, you know, like I'm not the type to go clubbing or you know, do it or go to parties.
Never catch me at the club anymore.
Yeah, you know, like I don't party much, you know, and if I do, it's, you know, we just have friends over and
like a little
drink,
kickback.
a little kickback, and those things are fun for me. Like I could care less about going to the you know, the clubs or bars are fun sometimes, you know, but
bars are so much more chill.
Yeah, they're more chill.
I'd rather go to a bar too.
I'd rather go to a bar, you know, and bars are always fun, but you won't see me at like a club or, you know, those mansion parties they have here.
God, no.
Like, you know, it's just not my thing. And like I said, like the older you get, I think you notice that you just do become a little bit more antisocial, or you're just focused on your career and you're trying to find yourself or trying to improve yourself. And, you know, that's what I am. And he makes fun of me for it.
I mean, because as you get older too, you realize how much time you wasted.
Yeah, that's
you know. So you're just
true.
reflecting on that, and you're
Preach.
like, man, I need to do something now, and I need to take my priorities into a different direction. So, you know, me, I'm not that old, but I am getting
You're
older.
getting there.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So I definitely have reflected on myself, and, you know, before the pandemic, you know, I was starting to go out less and stuff like that, and I hardly party now unless it's with you guys. Also, but I do go out occasionally just because, you know, I'm still single and I feel like I'm never going to get a girlfriend.
We need a girl for this event.
If I don't go outside.
No, seriously, this is what I've realized about myself too, is like I don't make myself available enough to even like meet anybody.
Exactly.
But also I'm like, but do I want to meet anybody?
Yeah.
Because it's
exactly.
That's how I know, like, you know, it's probably not for me right now because like just like you said, you have to go out to meet people. But I'm just like, you know, my inbox is dry and I'm loving it. Like solitude right now is great, and I just want to be to myself. But I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, you're never gonna find
exactly.
You're not gonna meet nobody if you don't go outside.
You can meet people on Instagram. Like, you know, that's where I'm cringe. Hey, no. You know what? Because it's honestly, I've made so many friends just from Instagram networking. Like, you know, of course I'm doing. For me, it starts.
That's how he met the one.
It is.
Okay, well, that's a good experience.
No, it is. But no. Honestly, like, aside from that, like, of course, it starts out as a professional matter. Right. You know, like, we're working and stuff, and then it progresses to being homies or friends. You know, and like, you know, hey, come through to this party and, you know, let's kick it, or you know, whatever, you know. So that's what, you know, I've literally met a majority of the people here just on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, once I moved down, I was just networking and hitting up people, hey, you know, let's shoot, blah 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 blah, and now it's like, you know, I've become friends with the majority of them. You know, which is dope. So it's like, you just got a big ass list of friends, and, you know, it's, you know, when it comes time, you're like, hey, you want to kick it, or you know. So I mean, Instagram is there if you need to hit up people.
I would say that's at the bottom of the list.
I know. I've never like tried online. Do you do Tinder and stuff?
No, I don't actually.
Don't lie. Bumble.
I've tried like maybe a couple months,
never.
only because I've been pressured to.
I've been pressuring him.
Like, I dare you.
Yes, he's been pressured. He's like, come on, man, how many years has it been?
Oh
I haven't seen you with a girl.
Yes.
And to me, I'm just like, man, I've been so independent, and like I love my own peace to where I don't feel like I need anybody. If the right person comes, and they'll come. If not, I'm cool with it.
You also got blue balls.
Oh,
no, I mean, that is true.
Here we go.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then he brings me to reality. He's like, bro, how long has it been? And he's like, come on, when are you gonna get a girl? Do you want to die happy?
Oh my god!
I'm like, when you put it like that, maybe I should start.
It.
Of course,
and it's just like you said, how like you guys became friends. Like I feel like friendship in a relationship is so important. If you can't be friends, then like what the fuck is the point? We're just gonna be sitting there cuddling, like no, get off me, I'm sweating.
Exactly.
Like I sweat, so like please no.
No, I like what you guys are mentioning about Instagram being at the bottom of trying to connect. I'd say that would go for people that are just random people, like people just trying to hook up with people and they're not doing anything for themselves, But of course, like on our end, we're creators, so it's like we're networking, meeting people through Instagram, and then you just end up being homies. So that's how it had. I mean, that's how it's been for me. So it's been a cycle of literally all my friends that I've met down here is just from Instagram. And plus, like I said, I don't really go out at parties and stuff like that. If I did, of course I'd be meeting way more people, but I'm content like where I am right now.
Absolutely.
With like Instagram, just meeting people and stuff like that. And like I said, whenever we do shoots, we tend to go back to the same people anyway. So it's like those people are like in our friend circle or in friend group now. So it's like, hey, you want to go shoot? Be like, yeah, let's go do it, and stuff like that. So I mean, for me, I'm pretty content with that.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of friends you trying to be.
I mean, exactly. And that's why I said, like you have to take it in a professional manner.
Yes.
But of course, there are going to be people that might abuse it. Dudes hitting up models, hey, you want to shoot? Well, that might evolve into something else of them trying to.
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, it does. So. Yeah,
depends on who it is.
Instagram is a great platform.
Oh God.
Not the promotion of Instagram.
Instagram is a great platform for content creators.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a platform to meet people and date people. It's a great platform for creators.
Some people, but some people have had success, like Tinder too.
Yeah.
I have a friend who literally has been successful on Tinder, and I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah.
It's just not me. Like I would rather just be out and like meet someone.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, because you've already seen them in person. I mean, not like because of what they look like, but you've already had that type of like chemistry. I mean, if it's chemistry, but that connection.
Yeah.
Rather than like, I don't even know.
Exactly.
Or I don't know. Instagram world is weird. Social media world is weird.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I just try to get outside.
I know.
Even though I don't. I literally just like go to the gym and then I go to the grocery store and I'm like, is he here? Like, is he gonna propose?
Maybe when I grab this apple, something might happen.
No, that's good.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
So, we're ending the podcast now.
Oh my God, we're ending?
We're ending.
Yeah.
Has it been fun for you?
It's been great, yeah.
No,
Y'all are cool.
I'm glad you enjoyed your time on here. But we usually close out our podcast, with a couple inspirational, words and stuff like that. So we want to know what kind of advice would you give to, people trying to get into music, become a singer, next generation of people,
Oh my gosh. I would this is the advice that I would give to my younger self, to just really find yourself first, but make sure you know yourself. Like know who you are, because I think that when you know yourself, then you're opening up to other people.
Yeah.
And so that they can know you. But don't give too much, just, and this isn't just like business wise.
Right.
This is just with anybody, like stay true to yourself. Don't let anybody tell you who to be or what you need to put out. And don't put out, first of all. Number one thing. Don't put out. Just, I really do believe, like, when you know your true self, like, the universe will respond to that. But also, like, you got to do the work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could be doing more work, but also take your breaks.
Yeah.
Facts.
Just don't get distracted. And really, like, you can focus on the bigger things, but also remember the smaller steps to get towards that too. Because I think I've done that. I've made that mistake where I just keep thinking of the bigger picture and I'm not taking the day-to-day. Like I'm not focusing on being present. And meditate and really like put that shit out in the universe. and be positive.
Hey.
And don't talk down to yourself. Look, this is everything that I've experienced.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not good enough. Like, yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
And don't fuck with people that don't think that you're good enough.
Hey, you heard it here first from K Nasty herself. Don't put out. Keyword, don't put out.
That's my alter ego.
That was a good response.
She put out in the correct way to the correct people.
Hey.
Are there any shout outs you'd like to give to our viewers? Anybody?
Oh my God. You know what? I just want to shout out to everybody. I really
Straight
do.
up. Hey. Straight up.
Who's everybody?
Be safe. Be healthy.
Are there any specifics you'd want to shout out?
People.
My family.
Family.
No, really,
That's
my family
one.
though.
Yep.
They're my number one supporters.
Yep. Facts.
They've always just like let me do what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I said I'm moving to LA to do music, they're like, damn, okay, well, do you have money saved up? You know?
Yeah.
Hey,
they just made sure I was good.
Yeah.
It was never a question. It was never like, are you sure?
Yeah.
It was like, okay, well, just, you know what to do. Make sure you have everything in order and go for it.
Yeah.
And shout out to like my producers too.
Yeah.
Prismadelic, Gideon, The Wob Life, and all my friends that support, just everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please stay safe. Please stay healthy.
Yep.
Peace and love all the time.
Let's go.
And praise God.
And don't put out.
Stay in your
And
light.
don't
Number
put out.
one thing.
And don't put out.
Stay in your
Don't put
light
out.
and don't put
Yeah,
out.
there you
go. Where can our viewers find you on social media? We know you don't like social media very much, but where can they find you if they want to
You
look
can find me
up?
on Instagram
Okay.
at Kianalei.
And we'll link you guys anyways.
Yep.
So I don't have to spell it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kianalei Perez. And then on all streaming services. Yeah. You can find me on Spotify.
Okay.
But
We know that
you can
now.
find me on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music, all of that.
All right, let's go. Hey, Kianalei, appreciate you being on the show today.
Yes, sir.
If you guys enjoyed this, drop a comment. Please give this video a like. If you're not following us on social media, such as Instagram, it's the Artistry Drop. We are also on all major streaming platforms, such as Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon, Simplecast, and all those wherever you guys listen to your podcast. But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you on the next one.
Peace out.